And as you can see, we have built a two-way slashing playmaker. This build right here is a quadruple archetype almost. It has 61 badge upgrades. It's an absolute demigod. Yo, YouTube, it's your boy Premier, back today with another banger, and in today's video, we will be going over a quadruple archetype, a Michael Jordan type build in NBA 2K20. First things first, smash that like button, drop a nice comment below. Also, I would like to give a major shout out to Reboundified. Definitely make sure to go check out his channel. He is the person I had initially seen this build from. And without further ado, let's get right into this build. First things first, for the skill breakdown, there is a few different skill breakdowns that I considered when making this build. Michael Jordan can honestly fill out every single stat. He does everything. It's really hard to make Michael Jordan. This build is the closest build I was able to make of Michael Jordan. And the pie chart that you are looking for is the pie chart with the most defense and the most playmaking. Next, for the physical profile. There is a few different physical profiles. It's really all about your preference and what you would like to do on the court. This physical profile, the default selection at the very top, has a 95 speed and a 95 acceleration, but as you can see, it only has an 83 vertical. There is some other very good pie charts that I'd like to consider, and yes, you might have seen it just then. This is the pie chart I am personally going with. The 95 vertical, 92 acceleration, and 94 speed, in my opinion, is better than 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 83 vertical. You really don't take that big of a drop, and once you hit 99, you're gonna have a 99 vertical, 98 speed, and 96 acceleration. So the pie chart I recommend for this build is that pie chart right there with the 95 vertical. Next, I'm going to go ahead and knock out these caps real quick and show you the updated attributes for this build. I've knocked out the attribute caps for this build, and there is a few things I would like to go over. The way you build this player has to be identical to what I do right here in order for you to get the maximum amount of badge upgrades. So for starters, go ahead and upgrade your close shot to an 83. The maximum is an 85, but in order to get the maximum amount of badge upgrades, only upgrade it to an 83. Next, upgrade your driving layup all the way, upgrade your driving dunk all the way, and move on to shooting. Next, max out everything in the shooting category but your post fade, only upgrade that to a 70. After you've done the shooting, move on to the playmaking, upgrade your pass accuracy to an 88. Do not max it out. You do need that one extra attribute upgrade. Next, move on to the ball handling, max that out as well, and from there on to the defense and rebounding. First things first, max out your perimeter defense, max out your lateral quickness, max out your steal, and from here you do have a choice to make. If you like the way I have this player built with the 66 block, 53 defense and rebounding, you can leave it like it is and have 59 badge upgrades. But if you would like to get the maximum amount of badge upgrades out of this build, watch what I'm about to do. Take out all the block and upgrade your defensive rebounding as high as it can go, and then bring it down a few points, and then you can throw it right back into the block. So at this point, we have 61 badge upgrades. It does hurt your attributes a lot in the block category, but to be honest, you're going to be on the perimeter. You're going to be locking down the ball handler, whoever's trying to shoot three-pointers. I really don't see the need to have that high of a block. I'd much rather take the extra badge upgrades for this build. So this is the exact attributes I recommend for this build. Next, onto the body shape. There is 3 different body types I'd recommend. Built, you can go compact as well, but personally, the body shape I recommend for this build is defined. If you sit here and compare, watch Burley, how the shoulders get a lot broader and the arms get a tad shorter when we sit here and go back and forth. Defined, I have sat here and compared, has the longest arms of any body shape. So for this build, I recommend defined. Next, for your height. When it comes to the height, you do have a decision here to make. There is 3 different heights I'd recommend for this build based on your play style. 6'4" is a really good height if you like to kind of dribble a lot, do a lot of shooting. You know, 6'4" is not a bad height. I highly recommend 6'4" if you've always been a smaller guard in the past. 6'5" is also a very balanced height all the way across the board. And 6'6" is really good if you're a taller type guard. You've always played taller guard. I'd recommend 6'6". It is not a bad height. If I'm not mistaken, that is Michael Jordan's in real life height as well. But the exact height I recommend for this build, if you do a lot of comparing, you can see this build right here gives you a lot of bonuses. Like, look, +8 to the defense and rebounding, +6 to the block, +5 to the interior defense, +2 to the post moves, +2 to the driving dunk. All across the board, you're just gaining bonuses, and you only lose a little bit to your ball handling. But watch what we do when we get to the wingspan to make up for that. The best weight I recommend for this build is exactly 187 pounds. Go ahead and come down to 187 pounds, because when you come down that 1 extra pound from 188 to 187, you have the +2 to your acceleration, and you have the +1 to your lateral quickness. So for the weight, I do recommend 187 pounds. You do have a few options here when deciding on what wingspan you want to go with. In my opinion, you can come down 1 inch right here, get the 86 ball control, be able to speed boost if you would like to keep your solid defensive stats. If you're more of an offensive type player, which me personally I am, I'm gonna go ahead and decide to lower the wingspan all the way. That way it upgrades my mid-range, 3-point shot, and the ball control as much as possible. Next, for your takeover, you do have a decision here to make. All 4 takeover options here are solid. This is one of the hardest takeover options I've ever had to choose between. Playmaker is so good this year. It has actually been buffed. You do get ankle breakers out of this. If you're an isolation type player, I recommend this takeover. But if you like to attack the paint, if you do a lot of fancy footwork, if you would like to take flight from the free throw line like Michael Jordan, I recommend the slasher takeover. If you are an on-ball type defender, if you want to get the ball coming up the court, I recommend the lockdown defender. But me, personally, I have to go with shot creator just because of the boost they get to their ball control and takeover, to their shooting, and to the finishing around the rim. If you're an offensive-minded player, I highly recommend the shot creator takeover for this build. And as you can see, we have built a 2-way slashing playmaker. This build right here is a quadruple archetype almost. It has 61 badge upgrades. It's an absolute demigod. Thanks everyone for watching the video. If you made it all the way through, drop below in the comment section in your opinion who is the greatest basketball player of all time. If it's Michael Jordan, go ahead and put Michael Jordan below in the comment section. If it's LeBron, put LeBron. If it's Kevin Durant, Magic Johnson, whoever, put them in the comment section below. I would really like to see your opinions on this. Once again, thanks y'all for coming through. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. It's your boy Premier, and I'm out. Peace!